Search Engine Land recently published some results of a study that talk about how people are more willing by twofold to click on a brand that they know. Now, I think this really matters to plumbers, and this dovetails into what I've always believed about the world of marketing. So let's talk about it.
It's the Mammoth Plumber podcast with Tyler Williams, the marketing man. Yeah.
So this study just confirms something that I already thought, which is that people like to click on brands that they know, right? I have always been a brand forward guy. I've always wanted people to build companies that are known, not just rely on lead generation sources, because that is a dangerous game to play because it's always hyper expensive and doesn't build any relationship with people outside of the discovery zone at any given time. When you have thousands of customers out there in market who need to know that you are also a 5-star plumber, right? So this study basically confirms to me that people are twice as likely to click on a company that they know. So when you are looking at your Google search ads or anything that you're running advertising on, especially like this is most common in lead gen, where you're going to have a search, that search might have you and it might have a competitor. You might be above your competitor. You might have more reviews than your competitor, but your competitor has been running a ton of social media ads building their brand for 6 months, right? And so what would happen in this scenario is your competitor would start to usurp the clicks that could have gone to you because they're more known than you, even if your position is better on Google, okay? And that's the thing. You got to remember, lead gen has no loyalty. It is somebody who doesn't know who they want to hire. And if they know who they want to hire, they're going to look for that company, number one. But even if you're a known brand in the market, if somebody just didn't, like if they didn't think about it, if they're like, oh no, I need a plumber, and you had been doing a heavy brand push for 6 months before that moment arose for them, then you're twice as likely to get that click if you did that work. And most companies, honestly, I find aren't willing to do that work. Like the brand is important, and a lot of people will ignore that and put all their ducks into the basket of lead gen out up front, which kind of makes sense when you're young and you're just starting out. But after a few months, you've got to really start putting a little bit and a little bit more and a little bit more and building the momentum of brand in your market. This is also why it is extremely important to have good quality branding on your trucks, your vans, your ads, your mailers, your ads, everything. I think I said ads twice, doesn't matter. But so brand is a credibility factor. Being known is a credibility factor. And ultimately, the plumber who wins the long game inside of the market is the one that is best known. And this is something that marketers have known for a long time, but for some reason, honestly, I think this is an age thing because I was print, radio, and TV for years. Then digital happened, and then lead gen became like really, really trackable. And then now what we're seeing is a dovetail back into brand, which is old school approach of command the psychology and command the market. But I think what ended up happening is a bunch of young marketers who were just starting out in like the, 2000, let's say 2005 to 2012 zone, just became, I don't know when lead gen really became a thing, but like they became enamored with it because it was so cheap and so easy to do. And then business owners became enamored with it. It was the marketing sauce. It was the secret to building companies, and people who were early adopters got to because they were early adopters, right? We're not in that zone anymore. That has gotten extremely expensive. And so you're looking at a $400 a customer acquisition cost on Google search in a lot of markets. Not all the time, but definitely on average throughout the US, yeah, it's getting up there. So in doing so, people went, oh, I need lead gen, I need lead gen, I need lead gen, I need Google, I need Google, I need Google. And it's like, yeah, you do, but don't ignore all the other options that you have, because those other options are the playground of the customer's focus and mental makeup, okay? Like, to me, it is extremely important to show up with that quality brand, to say interesting things that might be catchy and off and a little bit weird, and to actually have some fun with the marketing so that way your users or your audience your prospects don't end up feeling like all you're doing is asking them to call now, call now, call now, call now, sale, 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 right? Instead, you're building relationships. That's quality brand. Now, what we're seeing with this study goes back to that stuff works because it's always worked. And one of my favorite examples is McDonald's knows you don't eat their hamburgers every day, but they still want you to see their ads with some form of regularity. So that way, the day that you're ready to eat a hamburger at McDonald's, you're actually going to think of them instead of Taco Bell, even though Taco Bell is far superior in every way, shape, or form, which is just a personal opinion because I happen to be a big fan of Taco Bell. But anyway, so that's the game. You need to be doing something. And to also add to this conversation, a lot of people have a tendency to overshoot their budget when it comes to selecting the market that they're trying to raise brand awareness in. You have to hit people multiple times. You have to be omnipresent. And that means you might have to scale your geography down to smaller than your actual service area, but that's okay. Because if you can own some of the best neighborhoods in town, you will get the revenue to get wider, but you got to focus first. So anyway, it's heartening for a guy like me who's always believed in brand and always felt like brand was super important in the conversation of marketing, and that you have to make a quality impression and not just show up, that this study kind of supports that, which is why I like to say, hey, everybody, go look at this study. Anyway, so again, this is an article on searchengineland.com. It's cool to see. I hope this gave you a little perspective on how brand builds companies.
Let me tell you the tale of Tyler Williams, the marketing man. Born beneath the northern glow, through icy winds and endless snow, one dark night, disaster came, a plumbing failure, a world in shame. Searching online, no ads in sight, no plumber answered in the endless night. The pipes burst wide, the earth gave way, his home was gone, his mother lost. With fists clenched tight to the frozen sky, Tyler made a vow, a marketing cry. Plumbers shall rise, their name shall stand, I will forge their fate with my own hand. Plumbers shall rise, their name shall stand, I will forge their fate with my own hand. Tyler Williams, the marketing man, with cosmic power he built the plan. Fire in his eyes, campaigns in his hand, he builds lost plumbers across the land. From frozen wastes to city skies, plumbers thrive where legends rise. Alone through ice and stone, the Alaskan wilds became his home. He fought off bears with furious might and carved a shelter through the night. But cold winds whispered, his breath ran thin, he stumbled weak, his strength grew dim. Then through the storm a shadow tall, a mighty mammoth, a titan's call. I am Mark, the marketing mammoth. Tyler, your time has come. I will teach you the cosmic secrets of persuasion and advertising, ancient marketing magic lost to time. Through my wisdom you shall rise, and the world will always find a plumber in their time of need. Tyler Williams, the marketing man, born of the wild with a mammoth plan. He bends the stars, he shakes the sky. For plumbers lost, he lifts them high. With words like thunder, ads like fire, he turns their dreams into empires. No more shadows, no more doubt. With mammoth power, he pulls mills out. For 35 years through frost and fate, he studied with Mark, making marketing great. He grew 10 feet, his beard turned wild. With mammoth wisdom, no longer a child. His eyes burned green with northern light, his voice could shake the stars at night. Then Mark the mammoth raised his head, and to his pupil this is what he said. Tyler, you have mastered the ancient ways, the lost art of persuasion, the magic of marketing. Your time is now, the world is waiting. Plumbers live in darkness, but you shall be their light. Go forth, fly to their shops, make them known across the cosmos. Mark raised his tusks and split the sky. A portal opened, a world passed by. Through time, through space, a rift was torn, and Tyler Williams was reborn as the mythical, fabled, magical marketing man. flies from shop to shop, lifting plumbers to the top. Through Mammoth power, through ads so bright, he brings their business into the light. That was the tale of Tyler Williams, the marketing man.